Hey you guys, what's up? Raylo here from KidneyPuncher.com, here to bring you another review. Today, we got something special to look at. This is the new Triad by Lost Vape. 3 battery DNA200, just stunning, beautiful mod. But before we go any further, let's go ahead and dive down up close, take a closer look at the new Triad by Lost Vape. Alright, so here we are in up close mode with the new Triad by Lost Vape. As you can see, packaging is beautiful. Not exactly sure if this is all leather packaging, but it sure does look and feel like it. The presentation of this box is just phenomenal. So let's go ahead and open this up, show you what comes inside. So first thing you see is you have a Lost Vape user manual that gives you some instructions on how to use this device. You have some information here talking about patent pending, designed in the USA, manufactured by Lost Vape. But let's talk about the actual device. What you do get, you have a micro USB, so you can use for charging or for updating and signing up to Escribe and logging on there to adjust your DNA200. And of course, the device itself. So you've seen something similar to this. This is very familiar to you. This whole style of design looks very familiar to the Wismec Rouleau, RX200, and mods of that nature. Now, this is a 3 battery design, so you're used to this shape. Now, the thing that makes this that much better is they took so much more time in the design aspect of this, gave it some really cool features. You have the side here. Both of these are venting, so it keeps everything nice and cool. You have your USB port. You have your up and down buttons right here. Nice, almost flush mounted. You can kind of see they just barely stick out. And then, of course, you have a nice square clicky power button. Look here at the top. You have a fairly unique looking 510 connection. Now, this is a spring-loaded 510, and it sits almost centered. So I know that there was a lot of people that had complained with the Rouleau or the RXs on your 510 connection being here. So some devices did not sit well, did not sit flush. Now, cool thing with this is this inner ring right here is 22 millimeters. So any 22 millimeter device will go right to this outer ring and sit perfectly flush. The outer ring, though, is 25 millimeters. So if you have, say, like the Griffin 25 or any of the other 25 millimeter RDAs, RTAs, and tanks that are on the market, it will sit perfectly flush on top of this 510 connection. Now, the one feature that I really love is the leather. This leather backing is gorgeous. And yes, this is real leather. And by the way, this is the red version. So it comes in 3 different versions. I'll show you that real quick before we dive any deeper. So here's the red leather. Here is the brown leather. And here is a textured black leather. Very, very classy. So let's go ahead and open this up and show you the battery compartment. And what you have here is little grooves on either side for you to get your fingernails in there and pop this out. Now, this door actually sits on there really, really tight. And surprisingly, because it only has the 2 magnets. But when you set this in there, it's not coming off, it's not going to rattle, and it keeps a really, really tight fit. Now let's take a close look on the internals here of your battery compartment. As you can see, similar to how the Rouleau with their DNA200, there's a lip on your positive contacts. And these are all gold-plated contacts, spring-loaded. And it clearly shows you negative and positive. And also up here, you have positive and negative. So that way you don't have to worry about putting your batteries in here backwards. Now let's go ahead and throw some batteries in there real quick. I have my waterproof vape case that we also sell here at Kidney Puncher. And this vape case holds up to 6 batteries. So if you take a look, you get 6 batteries plus kind of the cool glow-in-the-dark seal. Let's go ahead and pull out some batteries here real quick. And then I'll show you how to insert these batteries because they did sort of shrink a little bit of the width compared to the Rouleau and the RX200s. So this is a very, very tight fit for your batteries. And with the testing that we've done in-house, I've found that the LGs and the Sony VTC5s work in here perfectly, where the Samsung 25Rs are kind of a tight fit. One thing to note is try to make sure you don't have any extra thick battery wraps. And even you could see the sticker here is starting to tear because of how tight the fit is in here. Now, let's go ahead and show you how this works. So lay your ribbon across. And what I like to do is I put the negative terminal in first. I don't put it in all the way. You can see it's not all the way in. It's almost straight up and down. Then I push in, then I pop my batteries in. This is the easiest way to get your batteries in here. If you try and get in this way, it's too tight. It's just not going to work. So partially get it in there, get your negative down, pop your battery in. And of course, this one's the easiest. Just pop in and drop down. Make sure your ribbon's in there. Take your battery door, line it up, and you're good to go. Now let's go ahead and look at the screen and some of the features. So when you first put your batteries in and fire it up, you can see the Lost Vape logo right there, and it pops up with that beautiful DNA200 screen. Now, if you're familiar with the DNA200 boards, you know that they can be quite complicated, but one thing that Lost Vape did with this device is they did presets for you. So let's go ahead and go into our presets. We'll hold down both up and down, and then we'll take a look at what we got here. So they did add, and I did watch some other reviews, and it looks like they did add Kanthal for power mode. You have nickel 200, stainless steel 304, stainless steel 316, stainless steel 316L, stainless steel 430, titanium, and then you have some presets of stainless steel 430 and right back into Kanthal. So they made it very, very easy for you to not even need to go on Escribe if that's too complicated for you and you just don't have the time for it. You already have your presets ready to go. To get back into regular mode, we just hold down the two buttons again and we're ready to go. The USB port down here at the bottom, not only can you use this for Escribe and to download any software updates that might come in the future, this can also be used as a charger. They did include a 1 amp balanced charger. So if you're sitting at your desk and you just want to plug it into your computer or into your power source, you can go ahead and do that. You don't have to take the batteries out and charge them that way. Let's go ahead and take a look down here at the bottom. You can see here you have the Triade logo, DNA200, manufactured by Lost Vape, designed in the USA. So there you go. That's the up close with the new Triade DNA200 by Lost Vape. Let's go ahead and go back into FaceTime. We'll talk about it, vape on it. All right, you guys, so we're back from up close mode with the new Triade DNA200 by Lost Vape. Let's go ahead and take a quick vape on this, just show you how it works. If you've seen or used the DNA200, you know that it works flawlessly. And of course, I'm using the Morden RTA, which I just recently reviewed. And if you watched that review, you saw that I was also using the Triade. Now, let's go over some specs real quick. One thing that they did with this is now it is 80 millimeters tall. It is 50 millimeters wide and 40 millimeters thick. It is made with a zinc alloy with stainless steel and actual leather, which is a huge plus. Just really classes up the whole entire thing. One thing with leather that you will see over time, as it is a natural product, it is going to age and it will patina. You can use leather cleaners if you want to keep that nice clean look. I actually prefer that leather patina look, that nice used look. Kind of gives it a Western theme. It just looks cool. It looks classy. This is 187 grams without batteries. It does have reverse battery protection built into the device, so you don't have to worry if for some reason you put them in wrong. It will work. That lip around the battery positives are actually there as a mechanical reverse battery protection, so your negative contact won't touch the positive if you do insert them the wrong way. Standard resistance on the DNA board, you can go down to a 0.1 and it can go up to 2 full ohms. Temperature control resistance goes from 0.08 ohms up to 1 ohm. Temperature range is 200 to 600, and it does come with a 0.91 OLED screen, which is just beautiful. So now let's go over some pros and cons. Now, I tried really, really hard to find some cons with this device. Since this is on the higher end of the scale, It's actually not going to be above 200, but it's not going to be one of those cheap under $100 devices. So you are going to pay a decent amount for this, but in my personal opinion, I do think it's worth it. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous, well-machined device. It has no rattle whatsoever. The battery door is on there very, very strong. Like, you have to really get a good grip on it to fall. And the batteries, as you saw, are in there extremely strong. So the only con that I could personally find with this is that you might have issues trying to get your batteries in there. But like you saw in the up close portion, I kind of showed you a little trick to get them in there really easy. And since it does have the onboard charger and it's a balanced charger, you don't even have to take the batteries out if you don't want to. You can just plug it in your USB and be good to go. So kind of a con, kind of not. Pros though, there's a lot. So pros with this, I love the construction. The construction of this is just beautiful. The zinc alloy on the body and the coating that they put on here is extremely durable. I like the way that they did the vent slots, so you don't actually see anything. It's just this nice, clean, sleek look. I love the buttons. Very, very, very easy to use. Nice and clicky, easy to find. The fact that they centered the 510 on there, this right here is a huge, huge plus to me. I love the fact that they did this. And that was actually one of my biggest gripes with the Rouleau and the RX200 is it wasn't centered. This one is centered. It is raised up, which to some people might be a little weird. I actually think it's a cool looking feature. It pronounces the device that you're using on here. It makes it stand out a little bit more. And the fact that it comes in different backings for the leather, I showed you in the up close. Just beautiful designs, beautiful designs. I've had zero issues with this. As with all DNA200 board devices, it's all about what's holding that board in here, because we all know the board works. This compartment, this mod is stellar. So if you like the way this looks and you're interested in it, I'll have the link in the description down below for you to pick this up at kidneypuncher.com. And let me go ahead and take a quick vape. Oh, just flawless, flawless. So thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe for more. We're going to have a whole bunch of videos coming out here in the next couple weeks. So please stay tuned to that. And thank you guys for watching. And as always, vape on.